Welcome to the Daily Veterans. Yeah. Today's gonna be video number 2. This was actually one of the first videos that I wanted to do, but when I was trying to get the video done, Ebenefits didn't want to work. So it's working now. Everything's groovy. So we're gonna give this video a shot. And we're gonna do all this stuff in one take. So I apologize if it doesn't seem formal and like cut it and edited crazy and stuff like that. I don't have editing skills just like that yet, but I'm working on it, and hopefully, and actually, I'll know that these videos are gonna have better quality later on. But with that all being said, like I said, welcome to the Daily Veterans. Today we're actually going to do the video that I've been wanting to do, and it's going to be about getting approved for your VA loan and everything that you need to basically get started for that. I actually ended up making up a checklist for us so that we can follow along and use these. If you guys want to screenshot this or anything like that, use this as a template for the things that we're going to talk about in this video real quick on how to get a VA loan. One of the things that I really wanted to start off with is that as far as your credit score, it is a determining factor, but it's not a major determining factor with getting your VA loan approved. Regularly, what they want to see is something where a credit score a little bit higher than 650, and that is coming from the Veteran Loans website, Veterans United Home Loans website. And I'm gonna put all these links in the bottom of the description if you ever need them again in the future or anything like that. But as of December 2021, the updated regulations and rules on what credit score you need for your VA loan is something about a 620, and that is if you're using Veterans United Home Loans. Some lenders can work with a little bit less, but this is typically what they look for in the VA loan. The thing that I wanted to also say with that, what the credit score being talked about is the Self Credit Builder is a website that they have. I personally used it myself. And it helped me out a lot with getting a little bit of a higher score on my credit score than what I had at the time to be able to get approved. This was a great platform that I used. I would definitely check it out. I really like how they break everything down to help you build your credit. Very understandable. They have different programs down here that you can see. And yeah, check it out. I definitely recommend this one. I personally use this myself. This is not an affiliate link. This is no promotion. This is just telling you guys from my personal experience that this platform right here, this website is a great way to build your credit if you need to. Another one that I also recommend is also something I did. We're using small credit cards, like for example the Discover and the Capital One student cards. Those are really good cards to get started on fixing your credit score if it needs some work before getting approved for a VA loan. And I say that from personal experience because when I got out the Army, had to figure out the hard way that the 1st and the 15th there wasn't a paycheck coming in every month. But this is another card that I really definitely recommend. They usually have you set a limit deposit, and that usually ends up being how much you can use in that line of credit. And then the other one was Capital One student card, and this card is another one that I also recommend. Oh, not that. Capital One. Capital One. There we go. And the student reward ones is what I recommend as well too. And these you can get approved for with just fair credit. You don't have to have a crazy amount, but these are great ways to help you build your credit back up if you need to. Just be careful with credit cards. That's what I recommend everybody. We can sometimes end up spending more than what we have coming in, and that's usually the trap with them. But that's enough about talking about credit. The biggest thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the step 3 down here, that is all the military paperwork that you need. A lot of people don't know this, especially our families and friends who might have not served in the military and have never used the VA loan. So a lot of these things are just from personal experience that I just want to share with you guys to better inform you guys on every the steps that you need to be able to get approved for that VA loan that you guys want to use to buy your personal home, investment properties, whatever like that. Um, the step number 2 that we have here is finding a local realtor that you trust. I really recommend this because your realtor is going to be who you uh, access for any information, any help that you might need in regards to building looking for the house that you are wanting to purchase. So, kind of go through a little bit of an interview process. I recommend that you ask your realtor different questions, stuff that you might be a little more concerned about than others, and see what answers you might get, and if they're the answers you're looking for. If not, I would recommend to maybe find another realtor, because they're the key pieces to helping you out with smooth transition about through this stressful process. Um, I recommend usually finding realtors that trust in what they sell. I'm a big advocate of working with realtors who own investment properties themselves. That way, they have an understanding of both pictures of what you are and trying to buy, rather than just someone who's trying to sell you a dream house or something like that. Also find a realtor that knows the town and city. A realtor that just moved in and just got their license not too long ago might not know the town and the city as best as somebody who's been in the game for a while. So, for example, where I live, depending on what part of town you live, depends on if you have city water or well water. And being with that is, with well water, you don't pay a water bill to the city every month. But there are certain places where I live that they're starting to add city water to those parts of town. And knowing where you're buying is important, depending on the town and the city that you are. I really recommend you find somebody that knows what the area and knows a way to help you find what you're looking for. But on to the third step, which is what I really wanted to talk about right here. Your military paperwork. So, you need to be able to have your DD 214. I recommend to make as much copies as you can of that, and keep them away so that you have relative access to this stuff anytime you need them in the future. But the biggest thing that a lot of veterans don't know when getting out of the military is how important your Ebenefits Login or your VA.gov login is. This right here is your lifeline for when you get out of the military. You just scroll down, click login like you saw on the top right. Scroll down, check this box here, and log in. The reason that this is a big thing is once you transition out of the military, you no longer have access to your CAT card. So the ability to be able to log in the way that you did before getting out isn't going to be an option anymore. You're going to have to be able to log in using your username and password. And having this information is going to be what sets you ahead in the future for anything that has to do with your disability, schooling, housing, anything that has to do with that. So I really recommend that you have this information before you get out, because this is really important. All the paperwork that they give you is important, but isn't as important as needing to have the username and password for your eBenefits or your VA.gov. So I've already logged into the VA.gov, and this is the page that it starts off with. And you have these options up here at the top where you have apply, manage, learn, national resources, discovery, directory, employment center, contact. But we want to go down here to where it says manage, and you can click on it or scroll down to one of the options that we have here. And when it loads up, one of the options that you're going to have is housing right here. And where we go to housing is where you're going to be able to access your certificate of eligibility. Now, this certificate is what is needed for you to be approved for this VA loan. Now, how the VA loan works is the VA isn't buying the house for you and you're not paying them back. How it works is that the VA is a backer to you. They're like a co-signer for the loan. Basically, what they're doing is that they're uh, uh, backing up the loan in case there was a default or anything like that on it. So that's why you have certain benefits that come with the VA loan that you don't get from a first home buyer or any other home loan that you purchase or that you might end up doing. And right here is where you would be able to purchase. QC. It says congratulations, you're eligible for certificate of eligibility, yada yada yada. You would click here to view the certificate. If you need to upload any documents that they need for you to be approved, you can upload it here. Or if you want to apply online, this is where you would be able. This is where you would start right here. Is that apply for benefits online? Click here. And I'm want to let you guys be able to click on that and run through that your guys' self, for the simple fact that there is some information that it does ask that I'm not going to fill in, but you guys will definitely be able to. You'll be able to check it out at Ebenefits if you need that information. There is a form that allows you to print out how much disability you have to be able to prove it. Where this form is at the current moment, I am not able to find it. So we're gonna move on from this one right here. My first video I ended up talking over the Veterans United Home Loans calculator. I really recommend that you guys use this. It lets you fill in the option of 10% disabled or more, like you see here, and property taxes and home insurance, which will give you a good idea of which that monthly payment is going to be. And also, I really recommend you guys watch that video. Talk about Zelle in that video. Another website that I didn't talk about in the video is Redfin. And the thing I like about Redfin is you can be able to put in any address that you're looking for, and be able to get an estimate of how much that home value costs. So, for example, I'll use a random house. I can't don't even know a random address right now. Let's use Cape Coral. Actually, let's just go to Zelle and see if we don't just pull up an address of a house. Alright, so like this one right here, 129 712 Southeast 11 Place, Cape Coral, Florida. Let's come here and let's type that in. Right, 289 is what is somewhere estimated. So they're asking fair price, not too much, maybe $200 over. So that's not really anything crazy for the price of the house, but it's a good tool to use if you want to get an estimate of how much the house costs. Get another examples as well too from that. There's more stuff that I think if you wanted to look up, you definitely could. But Redfin, really recommend. Another thing is Rent-A-Meter. If you're thinking about getting into investment property with this VA loan, I really recommend you guys use this website. It gives you a really good idea of how much you're going to be able to charge around the area that you are planning to buy. And if you take that with what the VA calculator somewhat says, I would use these numbers loosely, you can kind of get an estimate of what out of pocket you would be left with once that investment property is rented out and purchased and then rented out. And so you can have a little bit of a ballpark if you're looking to do an investment property with this VA loan. But then following that, we have property tax exemptions. This is a website that I'm going to end up putting up in the bottom as well too, in the link in the description. And this is a really good website for you to be able to look at what exemptions you have depending on the area that you live, and what state. So, living in the state of Florida, this is what we have to offer in regards to veterans, and then we have all the other states as well too. So, I really recommend that if you do live in another state than the state of Florida, that you use this website to be able to see how much you can save on the property. And if you live in it, then even better. So, I'd really recommend you use this website. Mm-hmm. And that. Finding a lender. So finding a lender comes with your realtor, unless you already have one. But your realtor can help you find that lender. And also as well to try to ask them as much questions as possible as you can. Once pre-approved, run the numbers, guys. Run the numbers. I'm telling you, even if this is not going to be an investment property, I really recommend that if this is a property that you're buying for you and your family, you guys run the numbers to make sure that this will be something that you can afford. And if you guys do live in it for some years and decide to move out and buy a different property, the VA loan can be used more than twice. Sorry, more than once. So you can use it twice, and I do recommend you guys do it, but be able to run those numbers so that you guys know that this is something that you guys can afford, either if it's going to be a personal property or an investment property. And my last thing to wrap up this video to call it a day till tomorrow is shop around for home insurance. Sometimes the home insurance the lenders try to give you is higher than really what you need. And sometimes it offers some stuff that you really don't need. So I would really look around that the home insurance that before the closing costs, and not take straight just the home insurance that the lenders try to offer you. I really recommend that, you guys. Ask a lot of questions as well too. Ask a lot of questions about everything, about the house, paperwork, anything you're curious about, anything you're wondering about. Just ask it, guys. If they're not willing to answer or give you an answer to your question, then I would try to find a different realtor, because this is a big purchase in your life. If this is your first home that you're buying, so I really recommend that you have all the answers you're looking for, all the questions that you have for answered. So ask as much as you can. I know it's not easy to do that because sometimes we come off as not knowing the information or not knowing the topic, but don't be afraid. Just ask, guys. Ask, ask, ask. Never, never be afraid to ask, especially throughout this process. But that looks like it wraps it up. This is how you can get approved for a VA loan. 5 steps. Really, you only need three, just one. The rest of them, or two, really, one, number 3. The rest of it just comes within starting the process. There really isn't much that you need to have ready before that. Besides making sure you have your DD-214, that letter of eligibility, and you have that certificate, your disability percentage certificate, which I can definitely make a video on where to find that information because I wasn't able to find it right now. But if you guys need anything, please feel free to email me at the bottom. The email is dailyveterans@gmail.com. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, anything that you guys think I should have gone over but did it, or want to know and I can, please reach out to me. My name is Javier. This is your local Army veteran. Leaving a like and subscribe would be awesome. Thank you, guys. Hope you have a good day. Bye.